Good morning, students. The last class we explained about argument and amplitude of a complex number. Now I will continue that. Argument or amplitude of a complex number means I told a line. Suppose if you take a point p x comma y in a complex plane, OP makes an angle with x-axis in positive direction is theta. That theta is called principal argument or amplitude of a complex number, which is lies minus pi less than theta less than or equal to pi. I think you remembered. So again, argument or amplitude is divided into two types. One is principal argument or amplitude. Second one general amplitude or general argument. What is the difference between these two? I told. If theta is called principal argument or amplitude, 2n pi plus theta is called as general argument or general amplitude. So any complex number, the principal argument or amplitude is unique, only one value is exist. Whereas general argument, the amplitude or argument is exist infinitely or many values. Clear, students? So what is the formula to calculate argument or amplitude of a complex number? I told. What is that formula? See here. Argument or amplitude. If you consider a point on the complex plane p x comma y, this is written as in the complex number form x plus iy. So this is taken as OP. So this is a real axis, this is imaginary axis. So this line is making an angle, OP is making an angle in positive direction is theta. This is called always argument. Theta is called argument or amplitude. Clear, students? This theta argument or amplitude lies in between minus pi less than theta less than or equal to pi. It is depending upon the, I told again, the argument is divided into two parts. Argument is divided into two parts. First one is a principal argument. Principal argument or principal amplitude. The second one is a general argument. Or general amplitude. If theta is a principal argument, where 2n pi plus theta, what n indicates? N is nothing but an integer, is called general argument. That's why principal argument exists for a complex number is unique. General argument is exist infinite. Why? Because n place is integers. We can substitute infinite values here. So then you will get infinite principal argument, infinite general arguments will obtain. Clear, students? This general argument or principal argument we will denote it as theta. Theta is equal to tan inverse mod y by x. This is the formula for argument or principal argument. I told this principal argument is different positions of different positions different. Why? Because it is in first quadrant, principal argument is different, second quadrant it is different, third quadrant it is different, fourth quadrant it is different. Already we explained all these, just one time we will recall it all. If it is x greater than 0, y greater than 0, so P of x comma y lies in first quadrant. If it is first quadrant, argument of that z, that means complex number, is equal to tan inverse, argument of z is denoted with theta, that is equal to tan inverse mod of y by x. This is the formula. It is in first quadrant. Suppose it is in second quadrant, x less than 0, y greater than 0, the point x comma y lies in quadrant 2. That time argument of z is equal to theta, which is denoted as pi minus tan inverse mod y by x. Why it is pi minus? You can see here. Suppose the point is in here, that means the second quadrant, correct students? So if you connect here, this is an angle, positive angle from x-axis to anti-clockwise direction. It is considered as theta. You need this angle. The total angle, you know that it is a linear angle, 180 degree or pi, correct students? So this total is 180, this is theta. What about this angle? Pi minus theta, correct or not? So pi minus, what is theta value? Tan inverse mod of y by x. I replaced here tan inverse mod of y by x. Clear students? Right. Now we will go through, if x is less than 0, y is less than 0, p x comma y lies in third quadrant. That time argument of z is equal to theta, which is equal to minus pi plus tan inverse mod of y by x. This also I explained last video. Once again you can see here. Suppose the point is in here, it is a third quadrant. Now your angle will be, this total is minus pi. I think you know very well. Because it is a positive direction, it is negative direction. This is taken as a negative direction. Suppose if it is minus theta up to this, what about this value? Minus of pi minus theta. So you will get minus pi plus theta. Students understood? So minus pi plus theta place is tan inverse y by x. If it is in fourth quadrant, we will write straight away. If it is in fourth quadrant, if x greater than 0, y less than 0, the point x comma y lies in quadrant 4. If it is quadrant 4, argument of z, that is equal to theta, which we denoted as minus of tan inverse mod of y by x. So fourth quadrant means you can see the diagram, the point may lies here, correct or not? Right. So this angle we need. I told if you move in this direction, it is positive, it is negative. So it is plus theta. This we are treated as minus theta. So minus of theta value is tan inverse y by x. So you remember always, this is very, very important. So the next exercise you can answer very easy when you know the arguments in different quadrants. Clear students? First quadrant, tan inverse mod of y by x. How would we know the first quadrant? Given complex number, you can check it whether x greater than 0, y greater than 0, first quadrant. If this is the amplitude or argument of a complex number. If it is a second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. So it is in second quadrant, pi minus tan inverse y by x, mod of y by x. It is in third quadrant, minus pi plus tan inverse mod of y by x. If it is in fourth quadrant, minus of tan inverse mod y by x. Understood, students? Clear? Right. Now we have to see that the argument of some properties of argument. Properties of argument or amplitude. First one, argument of 0 is not defined. This is very, very important. Why? Because just I will explain with an example. Suppose z is equal to 0 is given. I can write it is 0 plus 0 into I. Did you clear it? So it is in the form of x plus I y. So both are positive only. So we have argument of z is equal to tan inverse mod of y by x. So tan inverse of y value is 0, x value also 0. 0 by 0 is undetermined forms. We have the 7 undetermined forms. Those are 0 by 0, infinite by infinite, next infinite power infinite, 0 power 0, 1 power infinite, 0 infinite into infinite, next infinite minus infinite. These are all undetermined forms. Yavaga e forms bandidano problem lo, those are all undetermined. That value we cannot define. Here also the same, 0 by 0 means it is undetermined form. So that's why argument of 0 is not defined always. You keep that in mind. That is very, very important. Argument of 0 is not defined. Next, you can see that second point. Argument means nothing but principal argument. Principal argument of any complex number, that means non-zero complex number. Any complex number, you can write in bracket non-zero, because non-zero is not defined now. So principal argument of any non-zero complex number is unique. Unique means only one value exists, not more than one. Next one, very, very important point. If theta is equal to pi by 2 or minus pi by 2, then the complex number is called purely imaginary. Why it is purely imaginary? Very easy. Purely imaginary means all the complex number in y-axis. I will give it an example. Z is equal to I given. What is argument of this complex number? I can split I as a 0 plus I. Why? Because real part is not given. I am taking real part is 0. So when Z is equal to 0 plus I, it is, you can comparison with x plus iy, because it is general format. Now tan inverse argument of z, which is denoted as theta, tan inverse mod of y by x. Why? Because it is not lies any quadrant, it lies just on y axis, imaginary axis, correct or not? So that's why we will take only the first quadrant formula, tan inverse of y value. What is y value here? 1 by x value is 0. Anything by 0 is not defined. Tan inverse of not defined is nothing but tan 90 degree is not defined, correct or not? Correct, students? Tan 90 is not defined. So I told here plus pi by 2 minus pi by 2. If you take minus I, you will get minus pi by 2. This is argument, correct or not? If you take minus 2i minus pi by 2, minus 3i minus pi by 2, minus 4i minus pi by 2, minus 5i minus pi by 2, that means you remember the students? So this is imaginary axis, this is real axis, this is imaginary axis. The points which are lie on the imaginary axis is plus I, plus 2I, plus 3I, like it will get. Here minus I, minus 2I, minus 3I, like you will get. So if you take the positive values, you will get plus pi by 2 argument. Negative values, if you take minus pi by 2. These are all always called as purely imaginary numbers. Why it is purely imaginary numbers? Because its real part is 0. Any complex number whose real part is 0, those are called purely imaginary numbers. Purely imaginary numbers argument is always plus pi by 2 or minus pi by 2. Plus pi by 2 means if it is a positive values. Minus pi by 2 means it is a negative values. This is very, very important thing. You have to remember it. Clear, students? Right. Next point is if theta is equal to 0 or pi, then the complex number is called purely real numbers. Purely real numbers. You can see that if theta is equal to 0 or pi, for example, I am taking z is equal to 2. It is also a complex number. If z is equal to 2, I can express as 2 plus 0 into I. Correct, students? So z is equal to, it is in the form of x into iy format. So x value we had it 2, y value is 0. Now the argument of z, that is equal to theta, that is equal to formula tan inverse of mod y by x. So tan inverse of mod y value is nothing but 0, 0 by 2. 0 by anything is 0. So tan inverse 0 means in the table tan value 0, tan 0 degree 0. Correct or not? So see that argument is 0. Correct or not, students? Suppose if you are getting this is positive values, that means here you can see in the diagram 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all purely real. Why? Because its imaginary part is 0. So the points, all the complex numbers lie on real axis. If you take the negative values, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on, that time you are getting as a minus 0 and nothing but 180 degree. Theta is equal to pi. Pi means 180 degree. So theta is equal to 0 or pi, then the complex number is called purely real numbers. They are lies on the real axis. If the complex number theta is argument theta is equal to pi by 2 or minus pi by 2, they are lie on the imaginary axis. Those are called purely imaginary numbers. Understood, students? I told between the quadrants formula. If they are lies on the quadrants, you can straight away write it like theta, like z is equal to I, 2i, 3i, minus I, minus 2i, minus 3i. Positive values you can write straight away pi by 2. Negative values it will be minus pi by 2. Like if the points are lies on real axis, that means right side of the origin you are writing as it is 0 argument. Left side means you are writing as pi. So these are the very, very important properties of argument of a complex number. In addition that we have few more. It is not in PU level, they will ask in objective level. Suppose Z1 is equal to Z2, that means two complex numbers are equal. Then mod of Z1 is equal to modulus of Z2. That implies argument of Z1 is equal to argument of Z2. So this is one property. Remember, students, one complex number is equal to another complex number. Obviously, so Z1 is equal to Z2 means two complex numbers are equal. Obviously, their magnitude also equal. That is only modulus of a complex number. You know very well, modulus of a complex number. Then their argument is also equal. Next, we have the properties of argument of a complex number. What is that? Modulus of, argument of Z1 into Z2, they are in product, remember it. Argument of Z1 plus argument of Z2, this is the formula, plus we can write as 2n pi. We can write here, so n value is equal to plus or minus 1 comma 0. Remember students, if two complex numbers is in product, you need their argument, it is equal to sum of the individual arguments plus 2n pi. N value may be a plus 1 or minus 1 or 0 depending upon the problem. Objective time we will explain in detail. Just you remember, two complex numbers is in product argument is equal to addition of individual arguments sum. Like argument of Z1 by Z2, if they are in division, we can write argument of Z1 minus argument of Z2 students. It is also 2n pi, where n is equal to, you can write where n is equal to plus or minus 1 comma 0, plus 1 or minus 1 or 0. Next one is argument of Z bar is equal to minus argument of Z always. This is equal to when theta value is not equal to pi. In that case only it is pi students. Next one, argument of Z plus Z bar, that is equal to, here two options will be there. If you get 0 when theta is not equal to pi, if you get 2 pi when theta is equal to pi. So we will explain detailed proofs in objective. Don't worry, competitive JEE questions or KSET questions we will explain in detail. Just properties you remember it. Next one is argument of Z into Z bar, that is equal to argument of Z minus argument of Z bar. So just you remember the few more properties. These are the properties of argument of a complex number. This is totally argument of a complex number. So based on this introduction, we will complete your PU textbook second exercise. It is very easy to solve the problems argument of a complex number and its modulus. They will ask just modulus and argument of a complex number, students. Right, students? Now we will discuss exercise 5.2. Find the modulus and amplitude or argument of the following complex number. So we have to calculate modulus and amplitude. Amplitude is also called as argument, no confusion with the students. First you come to recall that what is meant by modulus and what is meant by argument. Just now I told, see that if any complex number is in the form of z is equal to x plus iy, or some books they will give z is equal to a plus ib. So the modulus of a complex number, is denoted by mod of z. Remember it. What is formula for mod of z? So very easy formula, under root real part of z the whole square plus imaginary part of z the whole square. So this is positive value, remember it. So what is real part of z? This is real part, this is imaginary part, I told in the first videos. So the plus or minus plus under root real part of z means x the whole square, imaginary part of z means you have to take only y, students, remember it, y square. So I can write root over x square plus y square. Suppose the problem is given in terms of a and b, you have to write a square plus b square. This is the always modulus of a complex number. Next, argument. Just now I told about argument. Argument is denoted by argument or amplitude of z. We will denote it as like this: arg or amp. That means amplitude and argument. Theta is equal to tan inverse mod of y by x. This is the formula. This is also, I told, it is depending upon the quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant. So you just recall these are all, and I will solve the first problem. You can see the first question. Z is equal to minus 1 minus I root 3. You can comparison with Z is equal to x plus iy. What is x value, students, here? Minus 1. Y value, students? Minus root 3, because I should not take. So it is a positive value now. So obviously it is minus root 3, it is minus 1. So x value is negative, y value is negative. I told if x less than 0, y less than 0, z lies in quadrant 3. If it is quadrant 3, what is the argument or amplitude formula? Argument of z or amplitude of z, that is taken as theta. Theta is equal to third quadrant formula minus pi plus tan inverse mod of y by x. So minus pi plus tan inverse mod of y by x. What is y value here? Minus root 3 upon x value is minus 1. So minus pi plus tan inverse mod of root 3. Minus root 3 by minus 1 is root 3. So what is root 3 value in tan table? You know very well, pi by 3. That means 30 degree. Correct or not? 30 degree only na? 60 degree? 60 degree. Tan 60 is root 3. So pi means 180. You know that 180 by 3 means you are getting 60 degree. So which pi is equal to 180 degree. So you can make it LCM, you are getting minus 2 pi by 3, correct or not? 3 into pi, 3 pi, minus 3 pi plus pi. So nothing but minus 2 pi by 3. Correct, students? Understood? Understood? So this is called argument of a complex number. So argument of z is equal to theta, which is equal to minus 2 pi by 3. Now we are going to calculate modulus. I told just now, modulus of a complex number is denoted as mod z, that is equal to under root real part, x value is real part, whole square, plus imaginary part minus root 3 whole square. I told it's positive value, so 1 plus root 3 whole square means square and root gets cancelled, minus whole square becomes plus 3. So root over 4, that is equal to 2. So mod z value is 2. It is also denoted as r. Don't confuse the students. Modulus of a complex number is denoted by mod z or r. R is equal to mod z, which is equal to 2. This is the argument of the first problem. Now we will solve the second one. See that second one. Z is equal to minus root 3 plus I. Now comparison with Z is equal to x plus Iy. Now what is x value here? Minus root 3. And y value becomes nothing will be there, I quotient is 1. So here by seeing that x is less than 0 because negative, and y is greater than 0, x less than 0, y greater than 0, the complex number lies in which quadrant, students? Then z lies in second quadrant, correct or not? Z lies in second quadrant. If it is second quadrant, what is meant by argument formula? So argument of z is equal to pi minus tan inverse mod of y by x. This is argument of z formula. So now pi minus tan inverse y value becomes 1 and x value is minus root 3. So pi minus tan inverse mod of negative value becomes positive, because I told modulus of a number never negative, always positive. You know that in tan table what is 1 by root 3 value? 1 by root 3, tan inverse 1 by root 3 is nothing but 30 degree, that is in 6, pi by 6, because I told pi is equal to 180 degree. You can write 180 by 6 which is equal to 30 degree. Correct, students? So you make it LCM 6 pi minus pi, 5 pi by 6. This is the argument of z which is equal to theta value. Clear, students? Now we have to calculate its modulus. So modulus of z is denoted as mod z or r. What is its formula? Real part of z the whole square plus imaginary part of z the whole square. So what is meant by real part in this problem? X value is real part. So minus root 3 the whole square plus 1 the whole square. You will get root over 3 plus 1 root 4 which is equal to 2. It is taken as mod z or r is equal to 2, which is modulus of a complex number. This is the argument of a complex number. So we completed modulus and argument. So whatever the problem is given, we have to calculate modulus and argument. You just recall what is modulus of a complex number formula. Modulus of a complex number z is equal to under root positive value. Remember the students, under root real part of z the whole square plus imaginary part of z the whole square. If you comparison with x plus iy, x value is always real part, y value is always imaginary part. You can substitute, you will get. Like you have to calculate argument, first you have to check it is in which quadrant, because argument is different in different quadrants. So you just recall it, it is in first quadrant, theta is equal to tan inverse mod of y by x. If it is in second quadrant, pi minus tan inverse mod of y by x. If it is a third quadrant, minus pi plus tan inverse mod of y by x. If it is in fourth quadrant, minus tan inverse mod of y by x. How it will be changes from quadrant to quadrant already I showed and I told in the previous videos also. You just go through that, you can understood the students, right?